24, call the meeting to order at 6:35 p.m. First order of business on the agenda is for change of use application for Moxie Properties Homer LLC located at 93 Clinton Street, tax map number 66.57-01-15.000. In the B2 zone, change of use, and you have stuff in front of you. The applicant could not be here tonight. If you have any questions, Kevin McMahon, Code Enforcement Officer, is here, and he will answer any questions you have. Also, I'll note that we have a report from county planning under general municipal law, and they have indicated that a floodplain development permit could be obtained, must be obtained before for us to approve this. And that is being taken care of between the village clerk and the village code enforcement. That's in the works. So anybody have any questions on the board?
Do we know how many therapy rooms there are gonna be?
I walked through it with Paul. The design is for an open design downstairs. So it's all gonna be basically one big room. He expects to have somewhere around 4 to 5 different tables. So they could have multiple people in there at the same time, but it's all in open space, so.
Now that you said downstairs, that you're talking about the.
On the main floor, I'm sorry.
Ground.
Yes, yeah, on the main floor. Yep. The other thing that I told Paul that regarding the building permit itself, that I need to have him put in an ADA accessible restroom. Because what's in there, the whole bathroom that's in there does not. So he's gonna have to do some renovations and make an ADA, but that's part of the permit.
Okay. This. Plenty of parking spaces is required.
So, Mike, what I calculated, he would have to have a minimum of 10 total spots for the use, possible. If he were flooded with customers, there's currently 11 out on the front side towards 281. And then there's 2 handicap accessible to the south side of the building on the front, as you're facing the building to the right.
Okay, this map you're showing 5,
No, there's 10 along the.
10 along, but then it shows 5 plus, and one is an ADA.
So the ADA, yeah, so we need 1 ADA
Right.
for the first 25 parking
Okay,
spaces.
so you've got 14 plus an ADA.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And just for clarification for everybody, we're going from business to business, but the classification is we're changing from mercantile to business. So it is change of use.
More service than.
Yep. Yep.
This is a type 2 action.
Correct.
No. Short form required on our.
Correct.
Ashley, you got anything? There are no more comments. Entertain a motion to approve the site plan with the condition. The recommendation made by county planning.
Didn't see anybody.
And the ADA, and the ADA.
That's building permit.
Yeah.
That's not planned, correct. Yep.
It's not a condition that we have, that's gotta be like that.
Okay.
Yeah, his architect is working on the drawings for that right now, so.
I will make a motion to approve the site plan with the condition stated by the county planning board that they proceed with the floodplain development. Permit.
Seconded. Oh. Jessica? All?
I'm in favor. I just don't think, I think that they should have been here. That's all I'm gonna say. I'll vote yes.
Yes.
Aye. Ashley?
Yes, I agree with Paula, though. The applicants definitely need to be there. Fran kind of made a point that they need to be there. So I think for future, they need to be there in order for it to be approved. Because if we have questions, they're not there to answer them. But sure, I'll approve it.
Aye.
Motion carried. Um, Second item on the agenda is subdivision application of Sophia Weber for property located at 45 River Street. Note number 076.27-01-14.000. It's in an R2 zone, the minor subdivision. Do we have anything from the applicant here?
We're on Zoom.
Right online, would they like to address the board on what you're doing?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Sophia presently owns 45 River. She lives there with her sister. And the plan is that we would create this lot. Sophia would build a new house there, and Kira would retain 45 River for her residence.
Questions? It's all the Kevin's.
Meets more than the minimum standards for lot sizes and frontage and everything, correct? Both lots from doing the split, yeah. Yep.
Questions? I want to ignore you. Okay. Entertain a motion.
So moved
To approve the site plan.
to approve the site plan as shown.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Ashley?
Aye.
Motion being carried. The site plan is approved. Thank you. Last item.
Could I
is-
have a quick question? Is there we're a little bit behind in our planning at this stage of the game. Is there a time frame from the approval to when the subdivision map has to be submitted? Because we've got to arrange to get a surveyor in there and everything.
parcel?
61.
Well, the map, once the map is signed, you have 62 days to file it.
Okay,
Normally, I mean, if you get the map here within a couple months, I don't think there's gonna be a problem because nothing changes. So you get the map here, then once the map is signed, they've got 62 days to file it.
okay, great. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Bruce.
Yep,
Thank
good
you
night.
all. Thank you.
Last item is a lot line adjustment. Applicant is Richard Wedgie for property located at 110 South Main Street. Tax map number 076.34-01-62.000. It's an R2 zone and it's a type 2 action. Mr. Wedgie, would you like to tell the board what you're doing? We've got the paperwork, but let's hear it from you.
Okay, I had my property land surveyed last year. And to my surprise, one of the stakes were nowhere near where I thought they were. One of the stakes came out underneath my roof line. Right on the edge of my house line. And I was a little alarmed over it because I have no room. If the neighbor wanted to put up a fence there, I wouldn't be able to get around the side of my house. Let alone put up a ladder and clean out a gutter or paint it. So I decided to ask the neighbor if they would be willing to sell me some land, move my line over on that side of the house about 4 feet. I started out a little bigger, but she didn't want to go that much, so she gave me 4 feet to move the stake out. So at least I got some room to get through there. The house is going to go up for sale next year, and I thought this would be a perfect time for me to try to get the property line straightened out.
Curiosity, when you bought the property, what did the survey look like?
It wasn't surveyed. I bought it back in 1978. I've been there that long. Wasn't surveyed. And I went by what neighbors on both sides of me told me where the lines were, and they were both wrong. So I should have surveyed them many years ago and not taken people's word for it. I was young and didn't know better.
Nobody could find a previous survey before that? None existed, you know?
I didn't ask for one. So I moved into the house. I was a young guy, okay?
No, I understand that there's no record of a previous survey. With the surveyor who did it now for you a year ago, we have known if there was a previous survey.
Oh, yeah, probably. But when I had the guy come in and survey it, it was Reagan surveying. And yeah, he found a tax map or a survey map.
You found a survey map?
The
previous
old one, yeah,
The old
previous one,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
Um,
strange.
With the, we have a county planning has reviewed this. And the contingency is basically contingency they put in is that they would recommend, the application, but an area variance would also be required, which the zoning board of appeals will, you'd have to go to them there tomorrow night. But
the same place here.
yeah. 6:30 maybe. So, if we approve it here, then it would be contingent on the ZBA giving you the area thing. And I don't know whether in the interest of fairness that they would say that I can't speak.
Right.
Any questions from the board members?
If both boards approve, what is my next procedure?
Get a survey.
Get the survey?
Yep.
And then turn that in, and then he turns it into the village and.
Yep.
Then that's,
And then
and that's final?
Once it's filed here, we will approve it.
Okay.
And you have to have seven copies or something like that.
Yeah, you can get away with as few as 5, but typically 6 are recommended.
Right.
Does the land surveyor know this?
He should. I don't wanna give legal, but he's gotta represent the village, but I think. You gotta get a survey. I also think you're gonna need to do a deed, because you're gonna have to transfer that property.
Right.
That 4 feet is going to you, so there's gonna have to be a deed from your neighbor to you for that property. Because if you're gonna sell it, someone's gonna wanna say, how did you get that 4 feet? And the lot line adjustment isn't gonna cover it. The lot line adjustment is gonna adjust your boundary line, but you're gonna have to do a deed.
Okay. So I'll get an attorney for that. then.
That, I can't tell you, you should, I can't, I'm here for the village. so-
Sure.
So I just wanted to give you a heads up, that something like that you should do.
Okay.
I want to give you a courtesy there.
Yep, thank you.
And then if I can make a suggestion, talk to Fran about this, moving
Yeah.
forward. If we can set up the meeting such that the ZBA meets ahead of planning,
What should be happening, this is what should be happening, because other municipalities are starting to do this. You should be the final board after the ZBA has issued variances and things like that. So when you're doing a site plan, you should know what types of variances have been accepted and things like that. You should be the second board. And what a lot of towns are doing now, whether it's the town of Homer, town of Cortlandville, some others, Kevin, correct me if I'm wrong, they're meeting on one night. And then let's just say the ZBA meets at 5:30 or 6, and then 6:30 or 7, the planning board meets. So everything gets done in one night. But really, your board should be going second. Because really, this gentleman's not out of the woods yet, because he really needs the variance. And what you should have had is the variance approval granted before you considered it, because you're really the final arbiter on these types of things.
Well, Fran, as you know, we've had counsel of varying degrees over the last several years.
I know, and I understand that.
And that's why we're in the situation.
But I think you're making good progress.
Yeah.
I just think it's something that the board should consider.
Well, it has, I don't know if this board has any problem with, if the ZBA wants to meet earlier on Wednesdays, I think that would be all right with us. I don't
Well, I'll be here tomorrow night and I'll broach it with the ZBA. And then we have a board meeting Tuesday, so we can bring that up there. If everyone seems to be okay with that, it'll be one night during the month, and that you will go second. And then the ZBA will go first.
I don't see a problem.
thank you.
Just don't put us on at 9:30.
No, we'll get it done as quickly as possible.
And that doesn't happen very frequently, where we have.
It's also fair to the applicant, so now he's gonna have to come back here tomorrow, when if it was at 5:30, or if they met at 6 and we met at 6:30, and he could just walk into another room and
Right.
be over with, and then they know what they're doing tomorrow, get to move forward, so.
So let me, if this board's saying they're okay with it,
Is something that would be set up permanently, like they meet before us, or only when there's a situation? Like
no,
this?
I think we try to do it permanently to make things easier.
No, if they have no. I guess let's approach it this way, like, that we will continue to meet at 6:30. ZBA will meet at 5:30 or 6 o'clock.
Correct. That's what we could do.
But we'll still meet at 6:30 because we have more meetings than the ZBA does.
Correct.
So,
So we'll try to see if the ZBA can do 5:30.
it'd be that way. Permanently we do anything, but at least going forward, it would be that way. And if they had nothing, we could just come in and do our business.
Am I right that I agree with all this, is that there are situations where things come before the zoning board that do not get reviewed by planning, and vice versa, of course. Still would be convenient that they meet in cases like this, but in many cases, they will either have nothing on the agenda and, or have something that has nothing to do with us.
And then you're just meeting at your regular time anyways.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if they're meeting and there's nothing that has to come before us, in particular, I'm thinking that there's one tomorrow night that doesn't come before us,
Then you don't have to hear it.
so we wouldn't have to hear.
Right.
Should we work all that out after we finish this?
Yeah, should we?
Yeah,
motion?
I know.
Motion?
I thought, I was just gonna say that. You're 100% right.
It's okay.
All right.
Okay.
You need a motion on the floor?
A motion to approve the site plan contingent on the area variance from the ZBA. Mike?
I'll second.
All in favor?
I'm
All in favor.
I,
Ashley?
yep,
Yeah, see you tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
Yeah, we-
Tomorrow night at
6:30,
Yep.
same time, same place.
Yep.
Okay,
Okay, thanks, Rich.
sure, no
Yeah.
problem. I just live down the road, so
Okay,
You'll be late for the meeting.
I probably won't make it.
For the car club. No, okay,
I mean, right? I mean, it's 7 o'clock now, and tomorrow night's at 7, so.
6:30.
6:30 tomorrow night.
No, I mean, our meeting tomorrow is 7 o'clock.
you'll make it.
Is there any other business before we look at minutes?
You need anything? You all set?
Could you just stay after the video, just for 1 minute?
Rick, you're all set?
All set, thanks, guys.
Yep, thank you. Yep.
Okay, we need a motion to approve the minutes
Yes.
of the September 25th meeting.
I'll motion.
Second?
Jessica?
Okay.
Hi. Ashley.
Ashley's in favor.
yes, sorry, yes, I will. I was trying to hit unmute.
Okay, just a reminder, I sent out a reminder the other day,
Training.
training certificates, get them into Dan. If you haven't already, I think the village board, I don't want to speak for them, but I'll let me, Dan, as far as they're being a little more stringent on making sure that everybody.
Well, just, and people have been diligent. And there's plenty of certificates. There's a folder on the F drive that has a bunch of certificates that were put in earlier this year. So I think back in winter or spring even of this year. So I'll get, yep, 4 hours.
The ones on the thing, I think you end up with 6.
Yeah, if
So,
you- if
because
you do
whatever
one,
I
at the
sent
end of
you
this month,
was
you get
last
4
time.
hours
Okay.
with those.
And roll over to next
You go
year.
over to next year.
Okay.
Yep.
No, I sent them to somebody, maybe to Tanya, and she's no longer here.
And I think they're in that folder. I'll take a look.
I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?